Okay, today we're going to work on some footwork and some conditioning. We're going to do some interval training, so that means 25 seconds on, really hard, super high intensity, and then 25 seconds rest. We're also going to work on split steps. So this is a split step, just to hop on 2 feet. If you notice watch on YouTube, watch some professionals play tennis, you'll notice they never stop moving their feet. They're always adjusting during the point, trying to figure out where their opponent's going to hit the ball. And when their opponent does strike the ball, they do a split step. And they time their split step so when their opponent actually strikes the ball, they're at the height of their split step. And by the time they hit the ground, they're all ready to go in whichever direction their opponent has hit the ball. So suppose I want to go to the right, I'm going to push off with my left foot and take a big crossover step so I can move to my left. If I want to go to my left, I'm going to push off my right foot. Okay, so whichever direction you want to go, you push with the opposite foot. If I want to go backwards, suppose my opponent lobs me, I'm going to split like this and then scissor step back. Hopefully not break anything. Hopefully hit an overhead. If my opponent hits a drop shot and I have to move forward, I'm going to split like this so I can take a big step and move forward. So we're going to do intervals. I'm going to do 6 shots in a row. We'll just start out with a forehand, and it's going to look like this. Split step, crossover step, 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 shadow stroke, and then shuffle back. So you notice I run to the ball facing the ball, shadow stroke, and then I shuffle back. Okay, so I'll do 6 in a row. Split, cross. 2. 4. 5. 6. Okay, so I'll give myself about 25 seconds to recover. I would time it, but I want to talk, so we'll say it's about 25 seconds. And then I'll do another set, so it kind of mimics playing points in a real tennis match. So I would do maybe 2 or 3 sets of forehands, and then 2 or 3 sets of backhands. Split, cross, step, step, shadow stroke, shuffle back. Okay, I'll do 1 set of backhands just to demo. Okay, 6 backhands. Split. Okay, I think that was about 6. Okay, so maybe a couple sets of forehands, a couple sets of backhands. You can do volleys, you can do overheads, you can do any shot. So when you hit a volley, a lot of times you'll hit before you even take 1 step. You might take 1, 2, maybe sometimes even 3, but let's do this. We'll do volleys, boom, boom. So we'll say forehand, backhand, and that kind of close volley where you just take 1 step. And we'll mix up forehand and backhand so we can practice doing them both with a continental grip, right? You're not going to change your grip for a volley. Continental grip, you're just married to it. So I got my continental grip. I'm going to do 6 volleys, alternating forehands and backhands. Okay, ready, set, go. Split, boom. Okay, so there's my 6 volleys. You can do overheads. You know, let's say, I'll do it this way, I think. So I'm going to split, go back scissor step, do my shadow stroke, run up, split, go back scissor, boom, split, boom. Okay, so this drill, we're practicing our split steps, and we kind of have the advantage of we know which way we're going, right? I know this is going to be a forehand 6 times in a row. Obviously, in a real match, you don't know where your opponent's going to hit the ball. So you need to develop that ability to be in the air, and by the time you come down, you know which direction you want to go. Great way to do that is watch tennis on YouTube. Pretend you're versing the farther player and pretend you are the player nearest to the camera, but just key in on that farther player. When they strike the ball, time it so you do a split step, and if the ball goes to the right, just take 1 step. If the ball goes to the left, just take 1 step. So work on trying to do that. You know, it has to happen automatically, and you can do it in your living room and just take 1 step, because you know you're not really working on your technique, you're working on your reaction, you know, your reaction to seeing the ball struck. Yeah, so maybe do 2 sets of forehands, 2 sets of backhands, a couple sets of volleys, a couple sets of overheads. That'd be a great workout and very, very tennis specific. Stay safe, stay active.